let's check the place out, get the lay of the land, and perhaps identify our target. And maybe find somewhere to have lunch. Taking a life could be considered akin to taking pretty much anything else someone owns. And so I think we should treat this contract the way we would treat any heist. We need to get the lay of the land, case the joint, and choose the best moment to take what we came to where the bloody hell is it? These things are so aggravating. How can you guys sleep at night? Oh, okay. I want you to just wait. Stop following me. Wait here. Thank you. I know I can actually whistle for this, but then I'd have to change my current whistle, because my current whistle is...
I will miss you.
No. I don't want you to wait. See.
Lead the way.
Right. Okay. What on earth is that? Yeah, so our target's name is Narfi. Shroud, Hearth, Barrow. Okay. A little ominous.
I know your sights are set beyond this town, but for now, while you're under our roof, I need you to pitch in a little more. Yes,
Okay, just listening to random conversations. So yeah, oh, I'm hungry. Lunch, yes. Right, let's go and see what they're selling in the inn and perhaps get some useful information.
You want a drink?
That was a little... So I just walked through the door. Could you let us, like, I don't know, dust off a little? Your real name is Svidi? What? Who? Why do I get this urge to say your real name is Svidi? You're Linley Starsong. Anything you can tell me about High Hrothgar? Where the...
I'll tell you, Wilhelm. If I could sweep her away
Could I get back to...
Pleasant journey, my lord.
But Klimek still has so much to learn.
Svidi. Okay. This is... Svidi. Help me out. Have we... Is this something about the other night? I don't remember everything we did. The only thing I've got in this area is I've agreed to help the Temple of Mara promote the cause of love throughout Skyrim. And I've got to talk to someone called Fastred. But it says nothing about... Why the hell am I getting this odd urge to demand...
Welcome to the Villamere Inn. If there's anything I can get you, just let me know.
Okay.
Is it absolutely necessary for you to bother me right now?
No. But it might be fun.
We don't get many visitors.
Okay, you're
through
not
here,
Narfi,
unless they're
right.
headed up to High
Linley Starsong.
Pardon me, my lord. Would you care to hear me play my lute?
For some odd reason, I get this urge to call you Svidi. Are you Svidi?
No, I'm sorry. You must have me mistaken for someone else. I've never even heard that name before.
Are you sure? Because I have this urge to call you Svidi.
Please, I beg you, don't tell Sibi where I am. He'll kill me. Sibi's been spreading lies about me. You must hear me out.
Oh! It's the guy in the jail! Inigo!
Never disappoints.
Inigo's busy. Blackbriar! Oh, he wanted me to find you. Yes! He's not happy with you.
Sibi and I were to be married. We were supposed to be happy together forever. Then I found that wretched poetry from Svana. When I confronted Sibby about it, he threatened to kill me. I was scared, so I told my brother Wolfur. He went to talk to Sibby for me and Sibby killed him. My brother wasn't even armed. When I heard what Sibby did,
that was a mistake, wasn't
I
it?
fled. And now you found me, and you're going to tell him where I am.
If I remember, okay. Oh, so I can return and tell Sibby about Linley, or I can lie. For what possible reason? Okay, now we're just going to have a normal conversation, are we? Anything you can tell me about High Hrothgar?
I've always fancied a journey up the 7,000 steps to the monastery. Anything to break the boredom of living in this town. I envy you.
Delicious sweet rolls.
Yeah. You're trying to hide from excitement by being in the most
A
boring
pleasant
place
journey,
on the
Lord.
planet. And then you're going to try and pretend you envy me. Dear, oh dear. Okay, that was the guy I spoke to in the Rift and Jay.
If you fancy a
hungry
bit
as
of
well.
music,
Okay.
let me know.
If I were you, I'd keep away from the barrow on the east side of town. It's haunted.
Yes, that sounds like a really good idea. I'm looking for somebody called Narfi. I'm also a little peckish.
Take a look.
Ooh, apple dumplings? He doesn't have any sweet rolls, but I think we're good. Tell me about the barrow.
There ain't much more to tell. They're haunted, and you should stay away. Look,
Okay.
I've seen one of the spirits with my very own eyes. When it glared at me, I swear it burned right through my soul.
Do the spirits haunt your town as well?
Fortunately, they seem to be sticking to the barrow. I think they're guarding it. Certainly isn't helping my business any. Who'd want to rent a room anywhere near a haunted barrow?
It's probably not the haunting that's keeping people away. It's the fact that your inn's a little rustic for most people. That and the fact that your town is like quite literally middle of nowhere type thing.
Sweet rolls are irresistible.
Inigo, could you slow down with those? I can't steal them bloody fast enough. No, sorry, it can't help you. Here's the idea. Don't go to the barrow, and they won't come here. You see? Win-win. Unless there's something interesting there, and apparently there's not.
Don't blame you one bit.
Look, I'm looking... Anything you can tell me about High Hrothgar? Heard any rumours?
Have you seen that shrine of Asura?
Oh, God.
They say the
Oh, wrong.
elves built it
Let's-
after they fled from Morrowind. Sight to see.
Pardon me, Mary.
Okay.
Is it absolutely necessary for you to bother me right now?
Yes, I was wondering. I have an urgent message for somebody called Narfi. Probably an important
You
person.
don't look like a pilgrim. Why bother visiting Iverstead?
Very good
What a
question.
boring conversation.
Can we just pretend he's called Narfi? Okay. Oh, I was supposed to eat. All right. Well, we'll eat whilst we I bought some snacks that were easily digestible. I will have a lavender dumpling. So, we're probably looking for an important person, a landowner, a businessman, Climax House, perhaps the owner of the lumberyard, somebody that has raised the ire of somebody else, which is pretty much everybody, but this somebody else has the money to pay the Brotherhood. Is there anyone up here? Oh. Okay. Hello, Timber
Here
Widearm.
for work? Get an axe and bring me all the wood you can chop.
You're having a bear problem? Why? What? I have so many bizarre urges to say random things to these people. Why are you so angry? Because you do look pretty angry and pale.
My business is falling apart, my apprentice never listens to me, and now there's talk of dragons. If I hadn't sunk every bit of gold I had into my mill, I would have picked up and left Iverstead long ago.
Okay. Having a bear problem. Don't care. I'm
Just
looking...
get out of my way. I've got work to do.
I'm looking for somebody called Narfi. Where the hell is everybody? Ooh. I'm supposed to speak to somebody...
You're
no,
lost?
Felstar? No, it wasn't Felstar. What was it? It was... Fastred. Fastred. I'm supposed to speak to someone called Fast... Okay, that's an odd way to sit. Hi! Botty!
Pilgrim or not, if I were you, I'd move right through our backwards little town.
I'm going to. I'm actually looking for someone called Narfi. And believe it or not, Fastred. Why am...
Are you the one sent by Mara?
Yeah, apparently, which is really weird, all things considered, but... How did you know I was coming?
I prayed to Mara and she spoke to me in a dream. She said a stranger would appear to help me. Is that you?
It might be. What's the problem?
My parents are being impossible. Bassianus wants to marry me, and I think I love him. But he wants to move to Riften afterwards, and my father won't allow it. He only cares about this stupid town. But Bassianus makes me happier than anyone ever has.
The guy in the
My
bar!
mother's not any help either.
I'll talk to your parents. The guy... No, I won't. I don't care.
I wish I could go with you.
You ever settle down to
Interesting
have children?
proposition.
Think twice before you do it.
Twice? If I ever think about it once, I'll probably punch myself in the face. Right, you are no use. Unless you know where Narfi is. Do you know...
My daughter's driving me crazy. So forgive me if I'm a bit on edge.
No, you're not forgiven.
You must be another pilgrim on the way up to High Hrothgar. No other reason to pass through here.
I have got to tell you guys, you
Sure,
suck
please.
at the whole
Everyone else
promoting your own village kind of thing. Do either of you gentlemen...
Passing through on your way to High Hrothgar?
No.
About to make a delivery up there
No.
myself.
Just don't care. Excuse me?
Hello, my friend. What can I do for you on such a fine day?
You seem quite happy, he says in a suspicious manner.
My father taught me an important lesson many years ago. He said, Gwilyn, you have the whole world before you. Go out and experience it. Be whatever you want to be. So I took his advice, and here I am. This life might not look like much to you, but I'm content. And isn't that all that matters?
No, not really. I mean, your father told you to go out and be all that you could be. And this was what you came up with.
Have yourself a great day.
So little vision. I'm hearing somebody making noises over in that shack. God, can I get across there without getting horribly wet?
Who are you? What do you want?
This is Narfi. This is Narfi. This... Hello?
Who are you? What do you want?
I'm wondering who you are. Beg for your miserable life. Your pathetic...
Do you want something? Look, if you ain't gonna talk, or spare no coin, just go away!
They want me to kill a... homeless bum? Where, what? Okay, what are we missing here? What are we missing?
Just leave me be!
Yeah. I'm gonna leave you be. I'm gonna leave you be. Oh, what am I missing here? What am I missing here, Inigo? Is it an illusion? Is it actually a mansion that's been cunningly made to look like a destroyed hovel? And he's actually a rich merchant? Why would anybody want me to kill this person? No, let me rephrase that. Why would anybody pay money for this person to be killed? I mean, if...
Please, just leave me be.
I'm not seeing anything. Can I get up here? No, I can't. Is he gone? All right. There's got to be something here that will give us apples. Cooking pot. All right. Why would... Okay. Does he have a pendant on him that identifies him as the heir to a fortune or something, or a letter? I don't get it. Who are you? Seriously.
Please, just leave me be.
This is... Really? Okay. Fine. Is anybody looking? I mean, he seems to be all the way out here by himself, a mile away from the guards. If he... Yeah, you just...
If there's trouble, come get me.
Yeah, you know, you just stay there. I'm gonna... Really? I can't make that jump. Okay, then. Let's make this nice and quiet. Do I have... What are my damage health? Well, oh, no, I've just... All of them are fairly, Damages health by 15, 13. How much health do you think he has? Maybe I should make sure, just in case he calls out. I shall use paralysis.
Here we go.
Oh, good.
Let's do this.
Oh, wow! Nope. Did we get seed? 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 Oh, shh. There's a guard. There's a guard. He caught me planting a bloody... Okay, guard is gone. Guard is gone. Guard is gone. Let's... All right. Skull of Narfi. Do I need the skull? Am I supposed to collect his skull? Nobody said anything about collecting skulls. Oh, God, I've got to pick the damned dagger up. It's really annoying. Come on. Come on. Get in there, in there, in there. Nice, nice, nice. Am I supposed to collect his skull? Nobody said anything about that. Nobody said I was supposed to collect Narfi's skull. Are we supposed to... Are we supposed to collect the skull?
Okay, where are we going? That is one intimidating mountain.
Yes, it is. Any thoughts?
I am thinking that if we climb that mountain, it is going to turn my legs against me.
Not helpful. Not helpful.
If you need anything else, just ask.
I need to know why somebody wanted this beggar dead. No. Actually, I can imagine a million reasons why people might want him dead. What I want to know is why somebody was willing to pay the Dark Brotherhood to kill a beggar. And why I have this odd urge to take his skull without his head collapsing. Was it his real skull, or was it a skull he was carrying? And it's like not the skull of Narfi, but like a skull Narfi owns, sort of thing. Like I have a sword. That would be Leonard's sword. Did they really just send me to kill a beggar? Maybe he was somebody important in disguise. I mean, he did look nervous when I approached him. It was as though... Don't push me. It was as though he expected somebody to come for him. Maybe he was sort of cunningly disguised as a homeless beggar. We've gone the wrong way. Okay, where the hell are we? You know, maybe he was like some sort of general who betrayed somebody and went into hiding, but they tracked him down and they sent the Dark Brotherhood. I mean, that sounds a little more impressive, doesn't it? Rather than, yeah, one of the neighbours got fed up of having a beggar around, couldn't be bothered duffing him up themselves, so they paid the Brotherhood to do so. This looks ominous. Yes, it does. I mean, I'm not saying there is no place in the world for, you know, hired thugs who clean up the riffraff. I'm just saying the Brotherhood, the Dark Brotherhood, are supposed to be, well, something special. You hire them to take out important people. Dark Water Pass. This is definitely not where we want to go. I just was curious where the hell we were. You know, the Dark Brotherhood is supposed to be creme de la creme of assassins. Can I turn around without getting myself or the horse killed? We're not hired thugs. Or at least we shouldn't be. Okay, fine, you're right. We probably should have crossed the river and taken that path. It probably would have been easier. It just looked very steep. This looked, I don't know, less steep. It looked just like a nice casual ride down to the main road and then... You know how I feel about little country back roads? The fact that this turned out to be a little mountain back road is... It's not my fault. It's the land's fault. It's doing it wrong. We probably should have spent the night in Iverstead, but honestly, it just felt like the sensible thing to do was to leave before anybody discovered Narfi, if they were going to discover him. But right about now, I don't suppose any of these are an inn. Mixwater Mill, probably not. Just some mill workers' houses, and they almost certainly will not welcome strangers with open arms and say, yes, please, take our beds. I don't think we're too far away now anyway. Ooh. This stuff is the Dragon's Tongue. I mean, I can't remember what I... You know what? I can't remember what I can make with this. I'm going to go and find out. Fortify Illusion, Barter. Fortify Barter. I really need to use that more. It's not like money is an issue, but more money is always a good thing, really. It's never the most important thing, it really isn't, because money is just a useful tool. But of course, the more of it you have, the more of a useful tool you have. So it's always good to maximize where possible. What on earth is that? Is that? Okay, could you please stop pushing me? Have I told you to stay too close? There are spiders there. What are they? What are they fighting? They seem to be fighting somebody, which means they're not fighting us. They're probably going to... Are they attacking that kid? Could you please stop that? Are they attacking a keep? I think we can just ignore them. Yes, apparently spiders have decided to take a keep. That was a keep, wasn't it? A fort. A fort! Right. Now, Windhelm should be... There! There is Windhelm. However, I'm not sure whether my eyes are playing tricks on me. I don't know whether we should, Oh, God. You... Stop doing that. Okay, I just had to blink a few times. Oh my God, it's getting cold. Right, yes, I had snow in my eyes. Oh my God, the... What do you think? Should we try and find this other target? There's a side of me thinking... Oh, good grief. There's a side of me thinking snow and night would be a good cover for us to inspect the area and perhaps identify the target.
If you slip, we both go down.
Yeah, I have a feeling the horses are a little more stable than we are. Let's go and check it out. I don't like the idea of running around in the cold and dark, but it does have some advantages. Where was... Right, it's up ahead. It's after the mill. Ah, right. Yes. We've actually been to this area when we were acquiring the armor that you are currently wearing. Inigo. Don't know if you remember. That is where we met Linway and his what were they called? The Somerset. They had a very cool name. They understood the need for cool. Yes, they did. And do you think? Is our next target going to be Enodius Papias? Is our next target going to be another beggar or a hermit? It's just somebody sat there. I mean, looks to be an easy target again. Should we kill these crabs? Because they are going to make this a little difficult. Let's do that. Okay. At least 2 more of them. I see the little feelers. There's a skeleton floating. But, oh, you don't think there's loot in that waterfall, do you? Oh, I see. Oh, no, but it's freezing bloody cold here. Look at this, it's freezing. Should we introduce themselves, or should we just, you know what? Let's just try not to get too damned wet. Is this the target? Enodius Papias. Right. Ooh. He has some... Well, he's not that expensive, but maybe he's a little more, you know, worth killing. Let's have a look. Paralysis. And that wasn't enough. He's tough. He is tough. Well, he was tough. Okay. Lockpicks. Okay. The chances of 2 people carrying skulls with them, I would say, is you know, having a skull carrying fetish is unlikely, right? This is in fact me taking his skull. Nobody mentioned it. Nobody mentioned it. But if I go back without skulls and they go, did you bring the skulls back? And I go, no. And they're like, you have failed the test. That was remarkably easy. Yes, it was. It was remarkably easy. And, again, maybe he was... Oh, tell you what, let's check back there. Maybe he was...
The smell of freshly cut lumber here is very pleasant.
Maybe he was some sort of noble in hiding. I don't suppose I could convince you to... Okay.
Yes.
Iron battle axe of lingering fire. I can send you there. I can actually send you in there to take everything, but I'll never be sure we got everything, because I can't tell you to go and just loot everything. But I can actually tell you to take the battle axe of lingering fire.
Whatever you say.
Are you going to do it? Fine, I'm going to take the damned cloak off. No reason to get...
Moving out.
Right, okay. Magic axe, quicksilver ingot, nice. Primitive Nord heavy cuirass. It's worth something, but it's very, very heavy. I know I can probably sell it almost immediately in Windhelm, so probably let's take it. And, oh, I tell you what we do have. We have a number of tasks here in Windhelm before we move on to our next contract for the Brotherhood, which will probably be something like, could you please go and kill Sally's bunny rabbit, or something equally as demanding.
When we were little, my brother and I would sometimes dress up in our father's gear. It took two of us to raise his sword.
Big sword then, or were you really, really small? I'm trying to imagine a tiny little Inigo, and it's kind of adorable, actually.
I am thinking you are very kind. Thank you for giving me my own steed. I am grateful.
Oh, well, I'm a very generous person. If one thing I would say, though, is if you could perhaps stop ramming into the back of Sweet Roll all the time. Maybe have a word with Artax. I mean, if Artax was a stallion, I might be thinking he's getting some frisky thoughts. But Artax is a mare. So either you need to improve your old horse riding skills, or we need to have a word with Artax because she seems a little confused.
Of course. What do you want to know?
Let's talk about talking. I think you should disown... No, I don't. Do you want to relax here for a while? No.
All right.
Oh, no. Tell me about yourself. Look, we're warming up. We're waiting for the shopkeeper to... Any thoughts? No. We're waiting for the shopkeeper...
Go ahead, ask away.
...to fall asleep. He should be soon. Tell me about your past. Yeah, go on then.
I was bullied by the other Khajiit children because of my unusual color and markings.
Seriously?
My mother showed me a handy trick with a rock and a glove. I was never bothered again.
Your mother sounds like an awesome person. It's a bit extreme. You could have killed someone. I'm glad. Serves the little loats right. Absolutely.
Yes. Bullies should not be tolerated. They soon learned that being different is not a weakness.
Yeah, being different is just a thing. It can be a weakness, it can be a strength. It's all about how you use it. You, being different, coloration-wise, is a brilliant thing. You should definitely use it. I think you look awesome. I really do.
My father showed my brother and I how to use a sword. My mother taught us the bow. Happy childhood memories.
Yeah. I'm a little jealous. Anyway, here's the thing. You know the deal. I am going to,
Okay, I will unwind a while.
Good lad. I'm going to acquire what it is we're supposed to acquire. Then we can have a night's sleep and then get the coach to take us to Dawnstar, where our last contract happens to be. Bit of a white night. Yes, indeed. Snow keeping everything. Have I got my light on? Yes, I do. Probably a bad idea. Okay, no guards. Now he's locked it! Now he's actually locked it! Well, at least we know he's closed now. That is at least something. Where is he? Is he going to be still talking in his sleep? Okay, let's do that road last. I can't remember what I'm looking for. No. My God! The sounds inside my head are sometimes extremely annoying. Right. I really, really want to get to the bottom of that particular mystery. However, right now, I have something to find, and I can't even remember what the hell it was. No, I can't. So we will just go through. Every container. Search the wardrobe. Not there. That's me. Okay, you know what? Sip of water. Stay hydrated. The secret to a successful heist, apparently. Aha. Interesting. I believe we may have found... Was that it? That looks like it could be it. Yes! Nice. Let's just check the other room. See what we've got in there. As payback for making us, you know, visit him a second time. 2 more private letters. We found private letter 4 over there. Private letter 1. My dear Revan, let me begin this letter with my deepest apologies. I know I've failed to write you for many years. Many letters that you wrote to me have remained unanswered. I can imagine the spite you must feel towards me for my disrespect. Please accept the apology for the way I have neglected our friendship. It's only now that I realize you might be the only friend I have left. The worst thing is, is that even now I write you more of desperation than of friendship. For I have no idea who else I could tell this story to. But the story must be told so that in case I fail, not everything is lost with me. I will be writing several letters to you, of which this is the first. I hope you will not cast them away like I did with yours, nor that you will shoot the bird that I used to send them to you. In a way, you are my only hope. Let me begin at the beginning. Once the Oren family was a line of courageous people. There were countless heroes in my family line, men and women who stood their ground even in the face of the most dreadful perils. Every single one was a warrior, either because of their skill of arms or because of their unbendable will. They were the stuff of legends. At least this is what my father always used to tell me when I was young. He was undoubtedly trying to groom me for a life of danger, adventure, and spoils. If you can recall my father, you'll remember that he was always one for family honour. It wasn't easy growing up, the son of a second-in-command of the Fighters Guild. The name seems familiar. Especially one with a temper like him. He always used to tell stories of our ancestors, of how our line was nearly destroyed, but how the family survived because of its strength. I remember him telling about growing up in Morrowind, and how tough his youth was. He told me of the dangers lurking in the ashlands, the shrieking of the cliff racers. Oh God, the cliff racers. Oh my God. The jaws of the Kaguti. My father was strict and already had me practicing the sword while I could barely walk. But my youth always sounded like a walk in the park compared to the stories he told. You see, my dear Revan, I'm not at all like my father. I was born in Coral after the Oblivion Crisis. It was a good and peaceful time, and by now it seems like a whole different world, one that only exists in memories. I'm afraid I must end my letter here. Please feed the bird and give him some rest so he has the strength to make the far travel back to me. You will hear from me again soon. Sincerely, Gilius Orin. Interesting. Dearest Revan, it's been 2 weeks since I've been able to write you a letter. I plan on finishing my story as long as I'm still alive to tell it. I'm afraid, though, that I can't be sure how much time I still have. Let me continue the story my father loved and hated. Let me continue the story of my father. My father loved and hated Morrowind, the land that moulded him into his rough, tough shape. Mother always told me he was devastated when the news of the destruction of his land reached Coral. I was born during the Red Year, you see. What a strange thing it must have been, seen such joy follow such devastation so quickly. Maybe he saw me as a reincarnation of Morrowind of sorts, an embodiment of its spirit. I could see that in his eyes, even when the rest of his face seemed to be chiseled from stone by deep and unimaginable grief. His eyes always showed hope. I think I was about 13 or 14 when he left for Morrowind. I remember standing there with Mother and my brother, waving him goodbye. He went to his homeland to defend it against the Argonian invasion. It was a suicide mission, I remember my mother saying. But my father was set on it. We never saw him again. Before he left, he gave me his helm. The helm of Oren Bearclaw, the greatest of my ancestors. All power and courage of my family is stored within, he said. My father told me once he gave the helm to the old Fighters Guild leader. The leader returned the helm when my mother got pregnant with me, so that the helm could be a family heirloom again. My father said when he left for Morrowind he did not dare take the helm for fear of losing it. I guess that shows that he knew he was going to his death. Not that I understood that back then. In a way, the helm did make me feel braver and stronger, though I always imagined that it was the spirit of my father. It felt like he was with me, laying his hopeful eyes on me whenever I put it on. I haven't worn the helm since I became an adult. My brother could never stand that helm. Could never stand that the helm was passed to me. But what could he know? He is 3 years younger than me. At the time that my father left, the helm was nothing but a toy to him. But how I never saw that greed growing in his soul. How had I never known that he was looking so dearly for the approval of his father, the father that left him too early? It is all too late now. All this grief because of a helm, my father's pride. Was it worth it? Why does this happen to me? There is a family heirloom. There it is. Private letter 3. An artifact. Somewhere out there. Dear Revan, I apologise for the long delay. I've not had much time to write. Much has happened, and I hope I can now finally explain to you what is going on. Finally, I came to the point of my writing to you. In my previous letters, I told you the history of my family and the helm of Oren Bearclaw. Now I want to tell you of more current affairs. My father's helm has always been here since he left. I kept it with me in my home in Coral. One cold night, I heard a knock on the door. When I opened the door, I found my brother standing on my doorstep. He'd given no notification of his coming, but I was glad to see him either way. He has been living in Skyrim the last few years, you see. What madness would drive him to a place like that, willingly, I don't know. I must admit that I have never liked Skyrim, and that this is one of the reasons I never wrote to or visited you. I never asked him why he went there, and neither was that question on my mind that night. We drank and talked all night long. Once in a while I caught his strange glimpse in his eyes, a dark shimmer. The same shimmer of jealousy I'd seen in his eyes when we were kids. I saw it one moment, and then it was gone. I thought I'd imagined it all. And I did not realize it then, but now I recall he asked me many questions about the helm that night. It was growing late, and I offered him a place to sleep, which he gladly accepted. We went to bed, and in the morning he was gone with the helm. Along with some basic sword skills, my father had taught me some tracking techniques. I have never forgotten any of his lessons. I've been tracking my brother for months now. I followed him to the north, over the Gerald Mountains into Skyrim. He was not aware of me following him until I came upon his camp one night on the tundras of southern Skyrim. He was wearing the helm of my father, and once he saw me, he spoke to me in madness. He told me he now wanted to prove he was a descendant of the Bearclaw and how I had tainted the honour of our family. I was a disgrace to the name in his eyes, and he wanted to set things right. He told me Skyrim was plagued by evil as Morrowind in my father's story, and how he would rid the land of it with the helm. My brother is no competent swordsman, nor is he very strong, but the helm somehow gave him great powers. I tried to stop him, but with one blow he threw me to the ground. My vision may have blurred because of the blow, but the last thing I saw was my brother darting off at an incredible speed. Surely the helm has bestowed a gift upon him. This sounds interesting. I don't know what madness has befallen him, or maybe it has not befallen him. It has grown and gnawed at him for years, like a cancer. I hope some of my desperation starts to become clear now. I am sorry I have not been able to tell you the full story at once. Tracking and keeping up with my brother has proven to be an intensive task. I'm unsure if I can keep on doing this. So there is a helm out there that might allow me to move ridiculously fast and make me amazingly powerful? Very interesting. Now, I've read the 4th letter, but I cannot for the life of me remember what it said. Dear Evan, this will be my last letter to you. The last few weeks I've tracked my brother. He went back into the mountains in an attempt to lose me. I don't know how I managed, but I kept his trail and managed to follow him. I had hoped that he would cross the mountains back into Cyrodiil, but instead he went east. About a week ago I found a dead troll, killed with multiple deep stab wounds to the head. My brother's work, I suspect, though he would normally never have been able to go toe to claw with a frost troll. What horrifies me the most, where will it end? A few days ago, I followed his trail to a Nordic ruin, of course you did, in the mountains. If the old map I took is correct, this ruin must be Arcwind Point. Arcwind Point. My brother has definitely gone in, but he has not come out. I've kept watch on the ruin from a safe distance for some days now, but nothing has happened. At night, though, I hear sounds, growls and howls, the stirring of old bones and something darker. My brother is not making these noises. I fear for the worst. I fear more now than I've ever have in my life. I know my brother is dead, killed by the horrors within the ruin, but I cannot turn back. My brother, a fool as he is, deserves better than to rot in a tomb until the end of time. Also, my father's helm cannot remain there. Yeah, it needs to be returned. As I write this, my hands tremble, not because of the cold, but because I realize my impending doom. My brother was right. I am a disgrace to the Oran name. What have I ever done? I'm nothing. If anything, this is a test. Maybe by the gods, maybe by Oran Bearclaw himself. A test to prove myself worthy of my name. To be honest, I have little faith in myself. But to abandon this cause would be worse than death. As I write this, I feel the eyes of my father on me, and those eyes filled with hope. Maybe there is some. I have a decent sword arm. I left home with equipment from the Fighters Guild. As I stand to face my destiny, I feel a calmness wash over me. My hand no longer shakes, but my hand grips my sword tighter than ever. I know my ancestors watch over me today. May this letter find you in good health, my friend. If it is my last, then I have met my end in Arcwind Point. Arcwind Point. And this writing is all that remains. I'll be with my family, with my father, and I will not have to be ashamed in their presence. All the best to you. Sincerely, Gilius Oren. I really need to find this Arcwind Point, because that helm definitely sounds interesting, although the horrors lay within sound a little less interesting. Increase the duration of alchemical potions by 15%. I don't mind if I do. Am I pushing my luck?
Filthy pickpocket!
Answer to the question? Of course I am!